In the early 90s, Tupac Shakur and Christopher Wallace, better known as Biggie Smalls or the notorious Big, were emerging stars in hip-hop. While Tupac was already a successful rapper with hits like Brenda's Got a Baby and Keep Ya Head Up, Biggie was a young rapper trying to make his mark. Their paths crossed in 1993 in Los Angeles, sparking a friendship rooted in mutual admiration for each other's talent. Tupac played the role of a mentor to Biggie. When Biggie visited California, Tupac welcomed him with open arms, treating him like family. He even gave Biggie advice on creating tracks that appealed to a female audience. Knowing this would elevate his career, Biggie often credited Tupac for inspiring his work ethic and style. Despite their friendship, Tupac declined Biggie's request to manage him, urging him to stick with Sean Puffy Combs and Bad Boy Records, which Tupac believed could make Biggie a star. The first signs of trouble, their friendship began to crack when Tupac got involved with Haitian Jack, a flashy and infamous figure with ties to the criminal underworld. Biggie warned Tupac about Jack, describing him as shady, but Tupac ignored the advice. He was drawn to Jack's extravagant lifestyle, which aligned with the gangster persona Tupac was cultivating at the time. In 1993, Tupac was accused of sexually assaulting Ayanna Jackson in a Manhattan hotel room, along with Haitian Jack and others. Jack struck a deal with prosecutors and avoided serious charges. While Tupac was convicted and sentenced to prison, Tupac believed Jack had set him up and felt betrayed by those around him. The turning point in their relationship came on November 30th, 1994, when Tupac was ambushed at Quad Recording Studios in New York City. Robbers shot him 5 times and stole $40,000 worth of jewelry. Tupac miraculously survived the attack, but was left deeply paranoid. He believed the ambush was orchestrated by people he once trusted, including Biggie, Puffy, and Haitian Jack. To make matters worse, Biggie released the song Who Shot Ya shortly after the shooting. Although the track had been recorded months earlier and was unrelated to the incident, Tupac saw it as a taunt, further fueling his suspicion. What started as a personal feud between two friends soon became a full-blown East Coast versus West Coast war. The media played a significant role in escalating the conflict. Magazines like Vibe and The Source sensationalized the rivalry, pitting Tupac and Biggie against each other in the public eye. At the 1995 Source Awards, Suge Knight, the head of Death Row Records, openly dissed Puffy Combs, accusing him of stealing the spotlight from his artists. Suge's remarks ignited tensions between Death Row and Bad Boy Records. Around the same time, Tupac was serving time in prison for the Ayanna Jackson case. Feeling abandoned and betrayed, he became increasingly bitter toward Biggie and Bad Boy. Suge Knight saw an opportunity to capitalize on Tupac's anger and paid his $1.4 million bail. In return, Tupac signed with Death Row Records. Upon his release, Tupac immediately went on the offensive, accusing Biggie and Puffy of orchestrating the Quad Studios shooting, Hit 'Em Up and the War of Words. In 1996, Tupac released Hit 'Em Up, one of the most infamous diss tracks in hip-hop history. In the song, Tupac claimed to have slept with Biggie's wife, singer Faith Evans. Although Faith denied the allegations, the diss track sent shockwaves through the industry. Tupac's aggressive lyrics left no room for reconciliation, and Biggie was forced to respond through his music, though he took a less direct approach. Violence beyond the music. The feud didn't stay confined to diss tracks. It spilled into real life, with physical altercations and shootings becoming commonplace. Death Row Records affiliates and Bad Boy Records crew clashed at award shows, clubs, and public events. Suge Knight added fuel to the fire by publicly taunting Biggie and Bad Boy Records. In one instance, a close friend of Suge Knight was killed in a shooting, allegedly involving Bad Boy affiliates. The violence escalated, creating a volatile atmosphere that threatened everyone involved.
But we all know Tupac was special. Maybe his anger or something was misguided, but we know it all meant well.
The tragic death of Tupac. On September 7th, 1996, Tupac attended a Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas. After the fight, he and Suge Knight were involved in a physical altercation with a gang member in the lobby of the MGM Grand Hotel. Hours later, Tupac was shot multiple times in a drive-by shooting while riding in a car with Suge. He succumbed to his injuries 6 days later on September 13th, 1996. Tupac's murder shocked the world and left fans devastated. Conspiracy theories emerged, with some blaming Biggie and Bad Boy Records, while others pointed to gang-related motives. Less than 6 months later, on March 9, 1997, Biggie was killed in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles. He had been in the city to promote his upcoming album, Life After Death. Like Tupac's murder, Biggie's case remains unsolved, leaving fans with more questions than answers. A legacy of tragedy. The deaths of Tupac and Biggie marked the end of an era in hip-hop. What began as a misunderstanding and personal grudge spiraled into a violent and tragic feud, fueled by ego, media sensationalism, and external influences. Their untimely deaths serve as a cautionary tale about the destructive power of unresolved conflict and the toxic nature of industry rivalries. Today, Tupac and Biggie are remembered as two of the greatest rappers of all time, their legacies forever intertwined in the annals of hip-hop history.